I don't think going out on a date make you a slut, but having sex with different men makes you a slut.
Well, what does it make you if you have sex with different women?
A slut maker.
Yeah, man. Tonight we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the dark side of being a playboy. It looks all good. It looks fun. And that's because people only see the end results. But it's a lot of darkness that comes with that as well. Just like anything. You know, I was I was a playboy most of my life, and it wasn't until maybe a few years ago that I realized why I did it. Everyone has their own path, but me, I realized that due to the not so good relationship I had with my mother, it made me not trust women. So the only thing I knew how to do was to spread myself thin so I wouldn't be affected by them. If a woman did something that may hurt me, I had too many women for it to hurt me that much. And what happens is you become good at your defense mechanism, which is exactly what it was. And even though, I did love women and admired the beauty, the body, and all those things, um, people only saw that the outside, To all the men that knew me, I was that guy. I had the women, you know what I mean? I was the athlete, whatever. To the women, I was that catch, but the one that always jumped back in the water because I wouldn't stay around long enough for them to put me on their mantle. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, from the outside, it looks cool. It looks fun. And for sometimes, I have my fun. I'm not going to deny that. But the dark side of it is, it's a lot. It's a lot of loneliness in it. It's a lot of uh, unsettling inside, huge voids inside. And I mean, it's just a lot of situations you can end up in. Um, I've been in situations where I didn't know a woman was married. I'm over there smashing. She gets a text and she's like, "Oh, you got to go. My husband's on his way home." I'm like, "What the? Your husband?" You know what I mean? Not that I cared at the time that she had a husband, but it's just like I wasn't the dude that was just trying to take risks like that for some sex. Like, I don't want to run into problems like that. I ran into situations like that. STDs, like 17, 18 years old, got burnt. And I had a condom on with that chick, still got burnt. Um, like the biggest thing that a lot of people don't want to address is the skeletons in your own closet. When you start growing and wanting a different lifestyle, it's kind of hard to get away from it because when you try to run, all these memories pop back up and keep you there. All these memories pop up and tell you, "Nah, you don't need to trust a woman. Stay here. We know what they're about. Just have fun, do your thing, and stay single." You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things like that. Situations where you've dealt with some probably decent women and you hurt them and you know you did, even if it wasn't intentional. I mean, it's no telling how many that I've done that with. But like I said, there is a YouTube video on this channel that has it's basically me apologizing to women that I may have hurt without knowing. Um, but yeah, I mean, as a man, it's just a lot of responsibility with whatever type of lifestyle you choose. Because see, the problem is you got a lot of guys that want to be players, pimps, and all this, and they're not really built for it, and they force it, and they end up giving the game a black eye. You know what I mean? They do things that's going against the rules, and I mean, even though I don't really indulge in that lifestyle anymore, I still live by certain rules. Like, you don't speak on another man for no reason, especially if it's to make yourself look better to a woman. You know what I mean? You just don't do that. And for the most part, you also don't lie. You keep it as real as you can without giving away too much unnecessary information. You know what I mean? But it's just, it's a lot of energy. 5, 10 women at a time, organizing how you're going to deal with them, talk to them, spend time with them, who you going to call, who you going to fake like you busy, who you going to be out of town so you can't see him. It's a lot of work. And I was built for it, but it just got pointless. I just start asking myself questions because I'm just like, I'm really not getting any fulfillment out of this. And then I really start realizing, like, damn, even the dudes I'm telling my stories to is like, who the heck, who are these dudes to even impress? These dudes look up to me. So I'm doing it for people that's wishing they were me. That's stupid. You usually do things to impress people that are above you so you can get to their level. So a lot of stuff just stopped making sense to me. And then it just is tiring. Like the conversations, even the sex, man, like everything gets boring after a while. You know what I mean? And then it's just like, you just start asking yourself, what is the point of all this? What good is coming from it? And as always, I'm not judging anybody, even the young guys that's in this game. I mean, doing what I used to do. You know, you're young, your 20s and all that, man. Do your thing. You got to get shit out your system. Like, no matter what, get it out your system so you can live, so you can start living real life. So I'm not knocking anybody that's in that lifestyle at all. Like, I actually, if you want to know how to do it, I can tell you how to do it the right way. You know what I mean? But just me speaking from a different perspective, like it gave me a lot of darkness. You allowed too many people around you, people that had no business being around you. You know what I'm saying? Because the ego kicks in. Like for me, it wasn't about the sex. Like some dudes are like sex addicts. They need the sex. They'll have sex with anybody. Me, it was the conquer. I just want to conquer. I want to just say I did that shit. Like I knocked that one down. Done. Right? That was me. But then again, it was like no fulfillment. It's like, well, it seems like it's never going to be enough. Then as I got older, I started experiencing different things in life, and you know, my attention started going to other things that were more conducive to my life. And then I started getting turned off even more. And I've always been an OCD dude, like turned off easily, but it was just like certain things that I would put energy into, I just wasn't feeling it no more. So it's kind of like I just accepted change. And with that, the desires left. But it was a lot of lonely nights that I had. It was a lot of insecurities that I accepted behind closed doors, which people never knew because I just would never show things. But I didn't know who I was, really. All I was what other people thought about me. I was the guy with the women. I was the guy with the muscles. I was the athlete. I was the model. And even though I was all those things in real life, I didn't know who I was by myself, man. So with everything that's worldly, things that we know we shouldn't be doing just because it's dangerous. And especially nowadays, these chicks different. These diseases different. These laws are different. And it's just like, that's the dark side that people don't realize. Like shit looks fun, but people don't realize, just like with anything, even an athlete or an artist or whatever, a successful businessman, you see the end results, but you don't see all the struggles, the depression, and all the things that come with reaching those heights, all the sacrifices. I'm 38. I've never been to Miami. I've never been to a Memorial weekend getaway, nothing. You know what I mean? And it's not that I missed it, but a lot of times when things like that were going on, I had track meets or whatever. So I made certain sacrifices to be, you know, okay right now in life. And even though I still have things from my past that pop up here and there, I just continue to look forward. And that's what you have to realize, man. With everything that's good, no matter how good it is, you have to accept that there is a possibility that things can get that bad. Like if things are on 100, you can expect that things can go bad on that same level. It's just the balance of life. And you just got to kind of know what you're doing, man. Like everybody has their own path. And mine was realizing that my gift of tongue, knowing how to speak, knowing how to listen, knowing how to figure out how to approach a woman without even saying two words with her, just looking at her and being able to read people. I realized that my gift was being abused. And that's one of the reasons why I started this podcast, because I know that one of my biggest gifts is my ability to speak. And I want to just kind of switch it up and, you know, give people the game, kind of help people. You may not listen to me, and that's cool, but I feel like somebody wants to hear it or needs to hear it. So I feel like with all the darkness I've experienced and still experience to this day, that now I can turn it around for the better of me and to also help people, to help heal people instead of hurt people. And even though it was not even intentional, a lot of times it was just like women wanting more from me than I had to give them. It wasn't me just trying to just be a selfish ass dude. It was just that's what I had to give them. I didn't have any emotions towards them. You know what I mean? Like I liked some women and cared for some, and I messed up some good ones. But that's the dark side of it. Letting your ego control your actions when you like, damn, this one's different. And in my defense, many of the ones that I felt were good girls, I walked away from them. You know, so I at least had the emotional intelligence to tell the difference. But yeah, man, just remember, it could be fun. Knocking these chicks down could be fun. You know, getting that attention wherever you go could be fun. But it's a dark side to it, just like anything else. So if you're going to do it, make sure you cut out for it. One way to know if you cut out is being able to compartmentalize life fairly easily. Good with time management. Usually those are the number one signs that you built for it, because you have to deal with different people and personalities, and you have to have a good memory to remember who you're supposed to contact, when, plans, all these things. So if you have those things, you build for it. If you have issues in those areas, if you're always in debt, always behind, always late, stay away from it, because you're gonna get the game of black eye. You're gonna mess around, get yourself in a situation, get killed or something like that. You know what I mean? So hopefully somebody can take something from this. And as I said, when it's great, it can be horrible. When it's good, it can be bad. Just accept both sides of the game, man. Until next time, I'm out.